Hey guys, and first off, I am back. I know it's been nearly a month now, well it probably will be a month by the time this video is up on Tuesday, since my last upload. That's been basically because, to be honest, after the 12 days project, I was a bit burned out on YouTube. I'd been spending a lot of time uploading content, editing and all that. So I've just been taking a break just to get some new ideas for new content, and that's what hopefully you're all going to be seeing over the next few weeks. So plenty of new content coming, and I've got plenty of new ideas as well. So today it's going to be another tutorial, because I know you guys love these tutorial videos, and this is a great card trick that I've been meaning to teach you guys for a while now. I believe it's called Play It Straight Triumph. So it's a variation of a triumph effect, if you don't know what they are. A triumph effect is basically where you take some cards, you take some face up cards and you take some face down cards, you mix them together, and then you snap your fingers or something like that, and suddenly all the cards straighten out except for the spectator's card. So this is a variation of that sort of effect, but it's a little different, as you'll see from this performance. So check out this performance and then we'll get into this tutorial. Okay, so to start this effect off, we actually need a card selected by the spectator. As I haven't got one with me, I guess I'll just do it myself. So I'm just going to say stop about there. Take all those cards above the break, they go down off to the side. The spectator takes the next card down and memorises it. Okay, they don't show it to the performer or anything like that. Memorise it, and then it goes off to the side. Okay, and we actually don't need it returning to the deck for this trick, because this one's a little different. Instead of finding their card, like a normal card trick, I'm actually just going to determine the value of the card without ever seeing the card and without ever touching it for the rest of the effect, okay? But I can't do that on my own. I actually need the deck to help me a little bit with this trick. The deck actually plays a really important role, because I think you'll see why in just a second. But before we start the effect, we actually just need 4 even piles of cards, okay? So I'm going to lay them down 1, 2, 3 piles and 4 piles. Lay them down just like so, and I'm going to mix these cards all together. But before I do that, I just need to do one other thing, which is turn these 2 packets over. Because instead of mixing them normally, I'm actually going to mix the cards face up into face down. Now that might sound a bit strange, well I suppose it is a bit strange, but just bear with me. I'm sure you'll see what I'm doing in just a second. So you can see what we do is we mix the cards face up into face down, okay? Just like so. I'll show you as well so you don't think I'm cheating. The cards really are being mixed, okay? Face up into face down, just like that. And we'll carry on with this this third packet as well. Square the cards up and shuffle them together, okay? Just like that. And then once more as well. One final time, we'll just shuffle the cards together, square them up. So now effectively what we have is a mess of cards, okay? We've got some face up, as you can see, and I've got obviously some cards are face down, back to back. They're all over the place essentially. But don't worry, because with just a snap of the fingers, something very special happens. You can see if we spread out the cards now, suddenly it's not looking as messy as it was a minute ago, was it? Because you can see, look, we've got the only cards that are face up now are all spades. Well, I think the deck's trying to tell me that your card was a spade, right? Was it a spade? Yeah. Well, I've got all the spades. Let's see if I've got all the spades here. I've got the ace. I've got the ace there. And I've got the 2. Then the 3. Then the 4. Then the 5. I've got the 6. The 7. The 8. The 9. The 10. No jack. But I've got the queen and the king. Well, the only spade missing is the jack, which must mean that this card over here, which I haven't touched this whole effect, this card must be that missing jack spades. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Let's get into it. Okay, so to do this effect, obviously you probably have already guessed, you're going to need a complete suit of cards, which you're going to have to do a bit of prep with before you start the effect. It's really easy to set up, very quick to set up. All you have to do is take out a complete suit of cards. So I'm using all the spades here, because that's probably my favourite suit of cards. You can use the hearts, the diamonds, the clubs if you want. It doesn't really have no difference whatever suit you use. But you need to take all those cards out and arrange them in order. Okay, so I've arranged them in order ace through king. So I've got ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. You arrange them like this, and then before you start the effect, you need to decide which card you want to force on the spectator, and it's going to be revealed, okay? Because that card needs to be taken out and put at the top of the pack. So in the performance, I used the jack, so that's what we're going to use in the tutorial as well, just for continuity. You can use whatever card you want. Sometimes it is also better to use one of these more central cards as well. So if you use a 7, when you spread the cards out, it'll be the card that's missing will be more central in the end of the trick. So if you want to use a central card, I would recommend doing that. I've just used the jack because I like the jack of spades. So you take the card that you're going to force on the spectator, you remove that from this little arrangement, and you take it and you put it at the top of the stack. Okay, so you can see now I've got the force card followed by the rest of the setup in order, going ace through king. Okay, so ace is nearest the top, king's on the bottom. You place that setup on the top of the pack and you're ready to go. Okay, so the first step is to obviously force this force card, the jack of spades, whatever card you're using, on the spectator. Now in the performance I used a riffle force, I think. If you don't know what that is or you haven't seen my tutorial on that, I'll leave it in this top right hand corner of the screen, go and check it out. It's a great force and I would recommend it with this effect as well. But you can use any force you want, you can use a call force if you want, anything that works for you. So I'm just going to do the riffle force once more in this tutorial. So you get a spectator to say stop, so stop right there, and you force the jack of spades on them. We'll just leave that over there, and that isn't needed for the rest of the whole effect. You can just carry on with the trick. So if you're going to use the riffle force, just by the way, make sure that you keep your stack on top of the pack. So obviously, when you've done a riffle force, you're in this position here with the two halves. Make sure this half goes back on top so you maintain that stack and all your spades are at the top of the pack. Once you've forced the card, we can get right into all the shuffles that we need to do. This is sort of the phase where you shuffle all the cards together of the effect. Now this first bit of this getting the packets, because you remember we need the 4 packets. The first packet is very important. It has to be 12 cards, okay? Because obviously in a suit there are 13 cards. We've got one of those 13 over here, so there's 12 spades left in the pack, which are the top 12 cards. So the first packet has to be 12 cards. So I find it really easy to just count in groups of 3. So 4 threes are 12. So if you count out 4 groups of 3, it's very easy to keep track of the count while still carrying on with your patter, carry on conversing with the spectator. Because you really don't want an awkward pause in the trick while you count out cards. Because not only will it be obvious that you're counting out how many cards need to be in a packet, it will also just create a bit of an awkward situation, to be honest, because it'll just be silent. So if you can, try on conversing with the spectator as you count out like this. So you can see I've just counted out 4 groups of 3, really easy. Now the 12 cards are in my hand. So once you've counted out your 12 cards, you place them down off to the side, and then you need your 3 other packets. Your 3 other packets, it doesn't matter what size they are. Obviously don't make it ridiculous like something like that, so you've got a 1 card left in the 4th packet. They should be even sizes, but you don't want to do it really fast, because that, obviously you've taken a reasonable amount of time on this first packet to count out the 12. So then if you suddenly just go like this, it makes it suspicious why you took so long on the first packet. But then you don't want to take ages, because that's going to slow the effect down. So just make it casual, like there's 1. Okay, so we need 4 packets, there's 2. Then we've got 3 and 4, just like that. So now you'll have your 4 packets and you're ready to do all your shuffling. So before you start the shuffling, just do as I did in the performance and explain that you're actually going to shuffle the cards face up into face down. And the 2 packets that you want to turn face up will be the 2nd packet and the 4th packet. Okay, you'll see why in just a second. Make sure it's the 2nd packet and the 4th packet you turn upside down, and then you're ready to begin the shuffles. So the first shuffle, you can just do a standard riffle shuffle. Riffle shuffle the cards together, and then if you want to, you can show that they're going in. Just creates, it just shows the spectator that it really is happening. It's not some sort of illusion. You can do that. And then comes the 2nd shuffle. So once you've done the first one, you need to square up all the cards, and then turn this packet over. And you should see on top that it will be one of the spades. Okay, so just do that, turn it over, and then you're going to shuffle it into this 2nd packet. Now this effect works because what's actually going to happen by the end is the only cards that will ever be face up will be the spades. Okay, so you can see when we shuffled the first packet together, obviously all the spades were face down and all the other cards were face up. So at the moment, the only cards that are face up or face down, depending on which way you have the deck, the only cards that way are the spades. Okay, I've got the spades face up at the moment, and all these cards are face down. So once I shuffle this packet into this packet with the spade side face up, I'm just going to do another shuffle. Shuffle all these together. The spades are still the only cards face up. So that's why this effect works, because that's what we're going to keep doing. But a big hint about this 2nd shuffle is, by the way, that make sure you're not doing a really open riffle shuffle with this packet, because then the spectator will be able to see that the only cards that face up are all the spades in order, and you don't want that to happen. So try and make this shuffle kind of close like this, okay, so they don't really see what's going on. Sort that shuffle out. Once you've done that, flip the packet over again once more, and then shuffle finally into this packet. And a final tip with this one is make sure that this right hand packet, this face up one, okay, this card goes down first. Okay, so just like this, you want one of those cards going down first, and then you can carry on the shuffle like that, square them all together. So what we've actually done is the only cards which are the opposite way are the spades. Okay, that's all we've done. But to the spectator, it will seem like, you've been really fair, half the deck's face up, half the deck's face down. And there's a little convincer at the end. Something you can do is you can sort of say, look, we've got some face up cards, we've got some face down cards. Don't spread through the entire deck, because then it becomes obvious that there's way more face up cards than face down. So just say, we've got some face up, some face down, it's a real mess in there. The final step is just to flip the deck over once more. So now the spade side is face up, you see? Now you're ready for the big reveal. Make some magical gesture if you want. I usually go with a snap and say, look, just like that, I told you that the deck was going to help me in this effect. Well, look, if we take a look now, the deck's, it's not as messy as it was a minute ago, was it? And you can keep going with your patter, blah de blah, and you show them that the only cards that are face up are the spades, and they say, yeah, my card was a spade. And then take a look at all the cards, and you can see I like to usually go along like this and just take out the cards individually, just so it becomes really obvious which card's missing. You say, look, the jack's missing, or the 5's missing if you have the 5, whatever card you took out. You say, that card's missing, which means this card over here, which will be face down, this card over here must be that missing, and then I usually like to turn it over and sort of snap as I say the jack of spades. Okay then guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, favourite, comment and subscribe. And if you'd like to keep up to date with what's going on my channel, make sure to check out my Instagram and my Twitter. Links will be down in the description below. So as always guys, this has been Quick Deception, and I will see you later.